What is up, world? What is up? We are back. I'm gonna adjust this lighting because I want more lighting on myself. I don't want to look like I'm in the shadows. Thundercat. Oh, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Let me turn this light too. I'm Karmicdez.
I am Xevious, aka Black Mana, aka the Ghost with the Most, aka the Purveyor of the Retro Gaming Dojo. How are you all doing?
Hope y'all are doing well. I'm doing well. Looking for this remote.
These lights.
Cause yeah, I'm doing swell. Yeah, like, man, I thought I had them the way I wanted them. They got hit the way I wanted them to hit, so now I gotta get over here and adjust them so they can hit the way I want them to hit. Man,
I love that your remote turns on my sound bar. That shit's funny.
It's a hater. It's a sympathizer.
That shit is funny.
So what I was thinking, man, just real quick, y'all, it's like a little warm up question for Hook right here. To get him going. Speed Force or Kaioken?
Okay. So, Speed Force, being able to access it, right? I would assume in this theoretical scenario that I already have flash powers.
Okay.
So that would mean my body would be able to adjust to using said Speed Force. Conversely, I would assume with the Kaioken that I have done some kind of martial arts training to have my body to properly adjust to the Kaioken.
To be able to use it, yeah.
Okay.
Or we can go force for force.
For me, it's gonna be Speed Force. Because while the Kaioken is theoretically an infinite power up, it destroys your body because it is, and it goes into the whole spiritual thing of life energy and stuff like that, and channeling your ki. You're forcing ki through your meridians and stuff with the Kaioken, and you're forcibly using that to increase your physical abilities in a unnatural way. So it does damage to your body. It's only meant to be used in short spurts. And even when you master the technique, quote unquote, it still does this. It's dangerous. Versus while the Speed Force is dangerous to use, it's more so because of how time works in the Flash universe. And when you're manipulating the Speed Force, you can essentially mess with time, and then since the Speed Force is part of the construct of time itself, there are things within that construct that will try to prevent you from manipulating time in a way that could be detrimental to the universe as a whole. So I would pick Speed Force just because I don't want my body to get wrecked and possibly explode. Because that's like the whole drawback of the Kaioken is that, hey man, your body can only contain so much ki.
We've never seen anybody explode from it.
We haven't, but when we see Goku first use it against Vegeta,
he's fried afterwards.
Yes, we see him almost.
But he muscles through it.
We see him almost destroy himself. And he even says when he's at his most fatigued, before Vegeta breaks all his bones, that his body's completely wrecked.
Yeah.
And he basically can't do anything else.
But he powered through it until Vegeta broke all his bones.
Mm-hmm. But he was at the tipping point. And even then, when we see him use it at a more higher mastery level, he can't push it any higher than 20 against Frieza.
No higher than 20 against Frieza?
That's the max that he was able to utilize at the time.
Okay, I'm about to say, yeah, because the Super against War,
he's doing crazy shit. They don't even number it anymore. But
they don't number anything anymore in track.
But the fact is, that was his maximum. He could not push it any further.
Okay, on to the next. We got current events.
The Speed Force is essentially one of those. So, but yeah.
If you're married.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, am I a speedster? Because if I'm a speedster, I can do some crazy shit with the Speed Force.
But we got current events, and Hook wanted to update us on the Ironheart series.
So I actually wanted to speak on the whole the review bombing of Ironheart that was happening before the show actually released officially. What we were seeing on sites like Rotten Tomatoes, because they were setting up, the shit ahead of time, because that's what they do. Hey, the show's about to come out. We set up things so people can do reviews and everything.
Right.
And
screeners and shit.
Yeah. So 3 days before the show is available for the public to actually watch, it's getting all these bad reviews, which should be impossible because it's not available for the public to watch. And like huge numbers, to the point where Rotten Tomatoes had to shut down reviews of the show because of it. And
why is so much hate?
And it's like there's just so much, closeted bigot bullshit surrounding the show, and it's just like, why do you niggas care this much if you don't like black leads? It's not that serious. And there's just been so much nonsense being thrown out that does not make any sense. It's like, well, she's trying to replace Iron Man. Well, no, she's not.
She's trying to be herself. There you go. She just has.
There's been all kinds of stuff. I've seen
she's
videos.
A framework that she can borrow from to better herself.
I've seen a video where people are just commenting on stuff that people are saying. It's like, bro, just say you don't like black people, bro. You don't like black women. Like, it's really not that hard, bro. You see people talking about, well, she's stealing from MIT. I'm like, and then people are bringing up very correctly, Star-Lord literally is a thief. The Guardians movies literally center around him stealing things.
Rocket is a thief. Groot by proxy is a thief. Nebula is a thief.
People bring up the fact people love Ant-Man. Scott Lang is literally getting out of prison in the first movie. For what? Theft.
Petty theft at that.
In fact, he's almost gets arrested again for theft in the movie.
He becomes a hero because of theft.
So what are y'all talking about?
That's crazy.
Well, she's just smart for no reason.
I'm telling you, they're all thieves, but they're just behind heroes.
She's just smart for no reason. So like Tony Stark? No, that's different. Oh, well, how? Well, how is it any different? That she's a super genius like Tony. Can you explain why?
Kane was super smart.
There's a lot of people that are really, really smart that just...
In the MCU for some reason.
Shuri. You guys aren't talking shit about why she's super smart. Just...
Oh, they couldn't. There's $1 billion. $1 billion is reasons.
And then
why she's super smart.
And then here's the other thing I was seeing.
Namor went too smart.
People are like, oh, the show sucks and it's gonna do poorly and stuff. The show's doing great.
It's doing better than
show's doing great.
Most of them.
Despite all the bad press. So it's just kind of like, oh guys, you tried. Didn't work.
So go watch Ironheart.
So go watch Ironheart and form your own fucking opinions about it.
Definitely that part.
The most balanced opinions I've seen is that the show is good but not great. But there are some plot points that can be expounded upon better. But for the most part, it's a decent show. And we still have to wait for the next 3 episodes to drop because it's going to be a 6-episode series. So we'll see how they wrap things up towards the tail end.
Sounds pretty cool to me. I still watch it myself. But I am still more excited about this Fantastic Four.
Yes, I'm super excited for that. And Superman, which is crazy to say. I've never been excited about a Superman movie, ever.
We got to get tickets for Superman when Superman come out.
I got to see. But I've never in my life said, man, I can't wait to watch the Superman movie ever.
I'm not doing no back-to-backs now.
Well, they come out around the same time. Yeah,
I can do around the same time, but I'm not doing no back-to-backs. So we're going to watch Fantastic Four for sure, and we are going to get our review on that one. So if there's a movie that comes out that next week, just scrap that. Just wait for that review.
I feel that.
In local news, we got Lamar Odom in town.
That is crazy.
Yeah, he's supposed to be checking out the spot, trying to start a youth league or youth academy.
Yeah,
youth basketball academy.
Youth basketball league, and he was doing like a meet and greet situation at Panama City in town. I believe it's some kind of club or restaurant type situation.
Yeah, he's been all over town.
I saw an article while looking up stuff about that he visited with police chief.
Yep. Mayor.
Yep, the mayor. And apparently he's trying to start a reality TV series here in town. He's announced all of this. And I thought it was kind of strange. I went to go look to see if he was from here or something like that, or he had some affiliate. None at all. Nothing. He's just decided to choose this location to do all this stuff. So
I ain't mad at it.
Hey, that's great. I hope it can be positive for the city. Mm-hmm. We definitely need it. So, good luck to Lamar and what he's trying to do here.
You know what I'm saying? Most celebrities, even no matter what level of celebrity they are, they pick the bigger cities. Dallas, San Antonio.
I mean, I know Fort Hood's here, but still, bigger cities. So, hey, man, I'm very welcoming to that. Great.
I'm open-minded. We'll see how this pans out.
Yeah. Hopefully it shines a positive light on town.
Yeah. So that takes us into the crux of tonight's episode. So y'all see the title. Put it on your back and keep going. I forgot what I put already. Put it on your shoulders and keep going.
Yep.
Right? So it's kind of like, I don't want to say dovetails, but it kind of spins off what we were talking about a few weeks ago, in which we started taking on responsibilities and accountability and duties early. So now we're going to talk about like what the impact of those taking on those duties were, and we kind of covered the why, right?
Yeah. We kind of got the idea from a video I shared on my page from FD Signifier. I've talked about him here on the show a couple of times. He makes some good content. But the crux of his video was basically men taking on responsibilities and how that can essentially end up being soul crushing. When you take on too much and, you're not relieving the stress from that, and reaching out or talking about the stress from it. So it kind of works into what we talked about a few weeks ago, as he just said. And actually, we were just having a conversation earlier, off the pod, about kind of having to do that. And having people around you that kind of look at you as that stalwart figure in their lives, whether you really need to be involved or not, or maybe someone else's responsibility to handle these things, but for whatever reason they might feel that person or persons are inadequate, and for whatever reason that might be, and then they look to you.
Hell, in certain situations, I might feel like that person is inadequate.
Right.
Oh, not inadequate in like
they might just
a
not
weak way, but vulnerable.
Right. They might just not have the tools to handle it because maybe they've not dealt with it, or maybe they haven't had to deal with it, so they don't have the experience. And in my situation that I mentioned earlier, and I'm not going to say any names or anything, but dealing with a female friend of mine, and she was expressing stress over her financial situation that she's currently in, and personal stuff she's going through and everything. And she has a fiance, and she also has a male cousin that both stay with her. They're both grown, both working, but she's going through having to manage her household, take care of her kids, and then also balance the egos of 3 adults in the house and what all that entails. And she's still working, and she's the one taking care of, the money management. Although, the fiance is helping. But she has expressed in the last month or so.
Yeah, I was there. I've been that guy.
Just being stressed out and getting to a tipping point, and basically just breaking down, and and it was a whole thing. And I was called upon to help kind of calm down the situation, which I shouldn't have been, but I was looked to as a person to help with that. Not only by her, but also by her guy. And it's just kind of like, I get, you guys kind of look to me to help, and I understand that, but it's kind of like, that's a lot to take on. Someone else's stuff like that. Having to calm down her, having to make sure he doesn't fucking flip the fuck out. Thankfully, he kept his cool. But having to balance that situation, having to make sure she doesn't make any super rash decisions that could possibly ruin her relationship situation or anything else. And, also having to give out good advice. And it's like, man, why am I having to manage adults like this? And it's a lot, and I still have my own personal stuff I have to deal with. And at in that situation, being like, okay, I got to resolve this as quickly as possible because I have to go to work in the morning. And I just recovered from an injury. I'm not trying to use sick time. Hey, I need to get sleep. I can't keep staying up talking to you guys about this. And y'all need to I know it was all that real quickly. It was a really high stress moment that I shouldn't have had to deal with, but I was called upon to deal with because, it's like, hey, you're this man and you're kind of this symbol of fucking this rock solid fucking reliable person, and that shit is really stressful.
Right.
And sometimes people don't ask, hey, are you okay afterwards? Are you okay with this? How are you doing? It's just kind of like, you just kind of move on. And you get thanks for helping, but it's like, that was a lot. Are you all right? That didn't really come afterwards. So. And that was something that they talked about in the video, just not kind of getting that and how that can wear on a person.
Like you expect to be okay.
Yeah.
All the time. So like you said, rock solid, unmovable, unshakable.
Yeah, and I mean, I could have just said no, but that's not the kind of person I am. I'll take on those kind of
that duty.
But
the duty.
It's rough, and yeah, it gets annoying sometimes. But I do it anyway.
But I think that's a good part of being a man.
I agree.
Because even when I remember being younger, it was people always tell me, you're smart, you're smart, you're smart, you need to be doing this, you should do this when you grow up. So it's like not being able to live up to the mold that everybody had for me,
right,
gave me a sense of anxiety. Like you go to family reunions, whatnot, you meet up with your family for functions, everybody was like, you're smart enough, you should be a doctor. What you doing right now? Well, I'm just working. Oh man, you wasting it type shit.
Right.
No, I'm not wasting it, just none of that appealed to me.
Right.
Like I'm 100% sure I could do it if I wanted to. I pick up on the stuff like that. It's nothing. But do I want to?
Because you do have to have that drive to do it.
Right.
I've always said, like, as far as my college education went, I ended up dropping out of college, and I've always took accountability for that. Like, bro, I just didn't have the drive to, be a good student. It just wasn't in the cards for me.
Yeah.
I just didn't have the drive to do that. Could I have done it? Absolutely. So, I found a different way to get a career going and all that other shit. But yeah, got the same kind of stuff. Well, you were smart. You could have did this, you could have did that. You gotta have the drive, man.
The anxiety behind that is crazy.
And that was definitely something I had to let go. Those expectations that other people had set for me. Like, hey, man, but that's not for me, dog. I appreciate that you think well enough of me, think I can do all that, but that life was not for me.
It's like, to even go deeper than that, it's like with manhood in general.
Yeah.
When people tell you this is man does, this is what a man does, this is how a man's supposed to be, it's like, me growing up, it's like I looked at that and was like, there's very few men that I've seen that were successful to the point of their words matching where they were at. If you kind of know what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying.
So is that like I get you have the experience of what not to do, what not. All that tells me is that you didn't take your own advice. Again, that's how my brain works. It is, and to me, and the way I operate, I don't mean it in an offensive way. I'm not trying to be offensive to anybody.
No.
Just being in a very logical.
You're just
A
observing.
plus B didn't equal C.
Right. You're just observing, and that's how I was brought up, because there was a lot of, and I mentioned this about getting raised as a man when we talked about it before. There was a lot of do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah.
And you hear that a lot depending on your situation. Sometimes when you're being told these things you should be doing as a man.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you need to do this, this, and this, and then the person that's telling you that, you're like, hold up. You don't do all that. But they're telling you that because they know from seeing other people that have been successful how to do it right, and they didn't go down that path, but they don't want that for you.
Or they've done it and
right,
and had to be humbled a little bit.
Yeah.
And and that right there, that's another thing I had to learn when it comes to parents and people that came before you. There's whole histories there that we who came afterwards really don't know about.
Right. You just don't hear about. You don't know about moments that they've dealt with. You're only getting the very, very after effects of everything, and they might not even share any of that shit with you. Or if they do share something, it might be very minimal.
Right.
Like, you're getting the third hand story. So.
So it's like having a different vision or seeing things differently than everybody else. And like growing up, it'll be your family.
Right.
If everybody sees a situation this way, and you're like, why does nobody see it this way? It's kind of like, well, why are you seeing it like that? Don't you see it like this? Like, well, I see what y'all are saying, but I also see this too. Like,
Right.
and what that developed inside of me was an anxiety about saying the right thing.
Yeah.
So if I didn't feel like I was about to say the right thing, I just keep my thoughts to myself for a little while. Which again is why I told you, I've been telling people for the past few years now, y'all are getting the vocal me now. Y'all are getting the me that's, I've always had these thoughts. It's just now I'm speaking them. That's what's new and weird to everybody. So be it. But I always had that look, and y'all be like, what is that look for? Well,
right,
now you're getting the thoughts behind that look.
I'm kind of feeling the same, where it's like, okay, I see a situation and it's like, nah, bro, I gotta speak on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't like that. I don't want to associate with this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm gonna call out this thing I see that I don't care for. You know. Also, you know, being more vocal, holding people accountable. Do that a lot more than I've done in the past, which I think is also a very man thing.
Yeah,
holding people accountable, because you know it's a whole respect thing and all that other stuff, and I'm a person that thrives on that, of having that respect and giving respect back. So if we're keeping things respectful, I gotta hold people accountable.
right. And to that point, it's like, you know, we've been saying back and forth, that you gotta attain to something higher. And I think part of being a man is working toward attaining that, your higher self, what they call your higher purpose.
Yeah.
And like, if you're not doing that, like, what are we doing?
Right.
Like, whatever you're doing, if you're a father, attain your highest purposes, your highest incarnation, your highest you as a father. If you're a baller and basketball player, attain your highest you. If you're a doctor, attain your highest you. Be excellent at whatever the fuck you do. That's what they said, black excellence. That's what black excellence really is, being excellent whatever you do, except for being a YN. Don't be excellent at being a YN.
Let's see what we got there in the chat. All right, we got some people coming in.
You can't see?
Welcome. Right, man, I ain't got my glasses on, bro. I can't read it from here. And it doesn't pop up on my phone because I'm not the host. But
as long as it's generative, definitely, you know, it's
absolutely.
Be excellent at it.
It's got to be positive. Speaking of YN, man, I've seen a lot of people say this, and I completely agree with it. We got to stop using that term, bro.
YN?
Yeah, man. The more I think about it, like, yeah, man, we got to stop. You got to stop calling our young boys that shit, man.
I'm cool with it.
You know? That's just me.
But you know me, I like showing the certain lingo and or
yeah. I mean, you know, it. I just know personally, me, I'm not saying it. I'm not gonna criticize anybody for saying it. I just know me. I just don't want to say it anymore when I talk about these young brothers, man. Even the ignorant ones. I don't want to say this about them, man.
I see what you're saying.
I don't want to
like the phrase "fuck them kids."
I don't want to.
We don't want to speak negative upon people no more.
Yeah, we don't want to hit them with that label, man.
I can dig it.
Yeah, especially in light of that information I was hearing earlier.
No, we're gonna call them then. Well, okay, because you're right. It's not. It's the actions. It's not them. It's the actions. Okay. Right. Bet. Makes sense.
Yeah, we already had terms that were much better for talking about these brothers. You know what I'm saying? We always said like little homies and stuff like that, like shit like that. So we should just stick to that kind of shit. We already had words to describe these guys.
I was calling them young cats.
Sure.
But again, to communicate with people, sometimes I switch in and out of lingo.
Right. Of course.
That's what been fucking people up too. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Of course. But like I said, in light of that information I shared with you earlier when I was talking about the dude criticizing the homie on the podcast, shit, Gen Z is staying out of jail.
Yeah.
So
definitely that.
If these incarceration numbers are going down because of the generation that we aptly named that we're using that term to, so there's less and less of these dudes being crash outs. Should we be using that terminology to describe them?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't have no problems with my stepson playing games all the time. The only thing I said was, hey man, every now and again go outside, get your son, steal a car, and just one time. You gotta do something. You're in the room too much. Other than that, you're good. I'll take responsibility. I'll pay all your fines. You just gotta show up for your classes and shit.
Like, get out of the house, though.
And I said that because I was like, it's non-violent. It's something that's on your record. They were like, oh, you were just a stupid kid. Take my car.
Oh, Jesus.
You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of the way I operate. I've always operated. If you're too good, I'm gonna toss a little, be a little devil in your shoulder. Hey man, just
do some fuck shit.
Take that fry. Just one fry. I didn't tell you to kill nobody. It's one fry. You're too good.
Just do some fuck shit. Man.
Somebody's too good. I'm like, you need Jesus.
I mean, while part of that is you joking, some of it is kind of like, hey man, you're gonna stress yourself out trying to uphold yourself to this standard. I can see it in you. You need to do something to believe that.
I do shit to break your mold.
Not necessarily go do something that will get you in legal trouble, but just like I said, just do some fuck shit.
Yeah.
Man. Like just do some goofy shit.
Go experience life a little bit before life experiences you.
And get some of that out of your system, man. Just so you can.
Because it'll be 10 times worse when
yeah. It'll be a lot worse if you're just like that your whole life, and then you get around the wrong people. Like, I was about to say right people, air quotes, right people, and then you're just this innocent person that don't know shit, and then you get into some really big fucking trouble.
And I told both him and his mom, man, I was like, that's the specific reason. It's because I'm trying to hold on to it.
If you get a slap on the wrist when you're younger.
Yeah, when you're younger, a slap on the wrist is.
I'm not saying you need to do that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Stealing at 12 versus 35 is two different levels of consequences, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I was like, yeah, man, just go do something, man. Just don't kill nobody. If you kill somebody, I can't even help you then.
Oh, man. Whew. Well, we don't condone doing any criminal activity, guys. We're kind of joking.
Yeah, I can't put that kind of
We're kind of joking. What we're basically saying is, like, if you go out and you kind of live your life a little bit, kind of do something with some modicum of risk.
But even in that, like, I feel like that's ingrained in me. Like, even like I said, from being young to having to withhold that. Now imagine withholding that fire in here, not even in here. It's like, now I gotta hold this shit.
Right.
So now it's got to come out now. It's like it would have to come out eventually.
Right, of course.
It was going to come out. It's coming out now, and
I mean,
I feel it's my duty to speak on stuff like with the way the social climate was going or is going, or whatever the hell is going on. Hey, I saw too much going on. I'm a Libra.
Hey.
I balance the scales. If I see the scale tipping too much one way, I gotta throw so much. I gotta throw some of this. I gotta throw some of this opposite shit in here. What are we doing? We gotta go back.
Honestly, what you just said is why this gender war thing on social media is so prevalent. Because, the manhood thing, a lot of people just existing in silence. Let's just keep it real. Yeah. And now, unfortunately, but also
thinking that men are silent.
Fortunately, but also unfortunately, because now the more toxic side of things is coming out, is fortunately men are speaking up. Mm-hmm. They're saying how they feel about things and all that other shit. The unfortunate part about it is dudes are speaking up and they're also saying some fuck shit, and it's like
the pendulum always swings.
Yeah,
man.
Exactly. So you're going to get the good and the bad.
See, I mean, in about 3 years, I'm about to come by like, hey guys, enough. They get the gist.
We're doing too much. My nigga, we're doing too much.
They had their time, we had our time. It's cool. Just like with the whole black fatigue, white fatigue thing, about 3 years again, I'm like, hey, white people, cool. You know, we've had enough. Everybody, we're cool. 3 years after that, black people, we did it again. Like, so I'm gonna be stuck in this cycle for my whole fucking life unless society changes, and that's just something I've come to terms with.
Speaking of society changing, how do you feel about the current political climate?
The current political climate, and
I'm seeing a lot of frustrated
oh
people.
my goodness, we got to be specific. I hate. Sometimes my brain.
Okay.
Me.
Okay. So, let me specify. The current temperature of the country with the current presidential administration.
How am I feeling about it?
Yes.
Me personally, or how I think society.
About the temperature in the country. Right
How
now.
I
do you
personally.
feel? Yes.
How I personally. I'm cool. It's like a nice 78,
Okay.
76 degrees.
Keep them warm.
You know what I'm
Keep them
saying?
warm.
It's cool. It's pretty cool. I'm pretty cool. Nice little breeze. Hopefully this, from what I'm hearing, a nice little breeze is going to come through. But again, I hope to get my hands on this bill so I can take a look at it and see if it's a breeze or a tornado. So.
Oh, the big beautiful bill?
Yeah, the big beautiful bill.
Oh, wait. Hold on. The name got struck down. It's got a new name now. My bad. I don't remember what the new name is, but that was a talking point, that the name was removed. Fucking stupid.
As long as I get no tax on overtime, no tax on tips, $20,000 allowance for small businesses. Ooh, those things sound
Yeah, but there's a lot of healthcare stuff getting slashed.
There's a lot of healthcare stuff getting slashed, but I'm hearing stuff that's getting added in too.
So we gotta see.
So like I said, I want to see the bill because both sides are telling what they see from their lenses, and I want to see from my lens.
Yeah, so it's. I mean, we've talked about this before, with bills. There's something that somebody wants to pass, but then there might be like,
something in there.
There's a bunch of stuff sneaked in there, and it's like, hold up, what? Why are we doing this?
The Turkmenistan. What the
fuck? Why is this here? It's supposed to be a healthcare bill. Oh, but our allies, they're in the country, it's always some bullshit. Unfortunately, the way these bills are written, there's like a 1,000 fucking things that get added and get put in the fucking policy.
Put it on your shoulders and keep going. That's all you can do.
You'll hear about one negative thing. There might be some positive things in there, but there'll be one really bad negative thing in there, or a couple of really bad negative things. It's like, all right, yeah, we're doing this, this, and this. Okay, that sounds good. But we're doing this, this, and this as well. Nigga, that's terrible. What the fuck? This is not balanced. No, this is not a good checks and balances here.
Well, what's wrong with it?
Everything. What the fuck you mean?
Well, it's going to be passed tomorrow. So it's going to be passed tomorrow. Why'd you even ask me?
Like, hey man, we're not going to be charging taxes on tips. That's great. However, every male in the country is going to have to get castrated. Nigga, what?
No, it wouldn't be cool. No, we can't pass that one. We can't pass that at all.
Hey man, look, we got to get these tips. Not taxed. Not at that expense, bro. What? Send that shit back to the house. So, yeah, man, there's a lot of goofy shit.
Burn that bill and whoever assigned their name to it. With an old-fashioned burning, people.
The thing that makes it worse is, right, they have all this negative shit in the bill, and then, like, I see statements from these fucking representatives. I saw one, some female representative, and she's like, well, this is terrible, this, and this, and this, and this, and then some, like, Democrat representative was like, then why the fuck did you vote for it to get passed?
I retract my statement.
I'm telling you, man, this politics shit is wild. But
oh yeah, but I tell everybody, I've been telling everybody again. Remember how I said before Trump got elected? Be prepared for 4 years of hilarity.
Yeah,
it's been a year almost, and it's been hilarious. My dude said, "Look, Israel and Iran, We had a peace deal and they've been fighting forever. I don't even think they know what the fuck they're fighting for anymore. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I finally heard the clip. I heard about it. When I finally heard the clip, I was like, that nigga is frustrated.
He sounded like somebody's daddy. They didn't know what the fuck they're fighting for.
That
so I'm about to go over there. We're about to talk. I don't make a deal for ceasefire, and you go an hour behind the deal, and you drop bombs.
And
no, that's not how you do business.
Bro, that's exactly what the fuck happened too. Like usually he exaggerates shit, right? But that's exactly what the fuck happened. I heard about the deal. I heard about the ceasefire, and I shit you not, I'm seeing videos of missiles flying off. I'm like, nigga, they said, fuck you, bro. They was not trying to hear that.
Trump was on a plane the next morning, man. He said, I'm not playing with these motherfuckers. You know, I'm really mad at Israel because
people are like, well, what about Iran? I'm mad at Iran too, but I'm more mad at Israel.
Because I told him.
I mean, look, I'm not trying to like agree with the nigga, right? But I'm like, if I was in this position, I would be upset. Like, hey, bro, we helped you with this situation with Iran, and then I told you, hey, we're gonna make this deal, right? I need you to chill the fuck out so we can get this all together. All right, you got it. All right, cool. We got it, JD. We got it. And then an hour later, BBC News were reporting. I knew that nigga was flipping tables.